Good morning. Today I'm looking at Apple's current iPad mini, the compact A17 Pro model. It's a brilliant little iPad. This is the one I've got here, but the timing makes this a more difficult recommendation than it might usually be. The big question is simple. Should you buy one now or wait in case Apple refreshes it? There are rumours they might be launching an OLED version of this. My short answer is that it remains probably the best small tablet that Apple makes. It's not right for everyone, but for a lot of people, this might be the right device. I've used nearly all of the different iPad models, from the 13-inch iPad Pro through the 11-inch iPad Pro, the iPad Air, and of course, the iPad mini. And this is the one that I reach for more often than pretty much any other iPad. I have here an iPad Pro 11-inch. This is one I use for my work. I need a more powerful device for work, and also because of what I'm doing, I need the larger screen area for this one. But if I'm sat at home in the living room, maybe reading the news, browsing my emails, looking at websites and things, this is my go-to 90% of the time. I also have an iPhone. So the question is a little bit, why not just grab the iPhone? It's quite a decent screen. This is the Pro Max, but it's not as big as the screen on the iPad mini. As you can see, the iPad mini has quite a bit more real estate than the iPhone does. What makes the iPad mini special is not just its size on paper, but it's how often you will actually take it with you. At just 293 grams for the Wi-Fi version, it's easy to hold one-handed and easy to pack. The 8.3-inch screen sits in a useful space between an iPhone and a full-size iPad like the iPad Pro I just showed you. It works beautifully for travel, reading, maps, bedside video, casual games and quick notes. That is the mini's advantage. It's the iPad most people are likely to carry. It's the one I chuck into a backpack if I'm going away for the weekend. It doesn't take up much space and it doesn't weigh a lot. The compact size does not mean modest performance. The A17 Pro is far beyond what most people need for everyday tablet use. Apps, games, photo editing and multitasking all feel quite quick and responsive. Now, storage starts at 128 gigabytes, which is a more sensible base than they used to have, which was the old 64 gigabyte model. This particular one I've got here, is the 512 gigabyte model. USB-C is probably useful too. You can connect storage, cards, readers, cameras, and even an external display. Though why you'd want to, I don't know. It does support the Apple Pencil. Now, this is the Apple Pencil for my iPad Pro, but this is the original iPad Pro. So this Apple Pencil does not work with this particular iPad mini. You need to get the newer version. Now, if you like taking digital notes and you like handwriting, then a combination of the iPad mini and that updated Apple Pencil Pro are probably going to be a very good combination for you. Because I also own a Kindle Paperwhite, I think this comparison matters. Do you buy an iPad mini or do you buy a Kindle if you're going to be doing reading? The Paperwhite is better if your goal is simply to read. It's lighter, it's less distracting, and its battery lasts much longer. However, the iPad mini is a more flexible device. It gives you colour, magazines, apps, video, web access, maps, and all the things an iPad can do. For me, the honest answer is not that one replaces the other. The Paperwhite encourages focus reading, and I like to use it for that purpose. But the mini is a better all-round travel companion. This is the balance section, the real compromises. The mini's weaknesses are real, although most are trade-offs of the size rather than the failures. The display is sharp and pleasant, but it's still a 60 Hz LCD. If you are used to the 120 Hz iPhone or the iPad Pro, scrolling can look a little less fluid on this screen. There's no OLED option, no ProMotion, and no HDR class brightness. To be honest, for my use, which I've already mentioned, I don't notice it at all. I find it perfectly adequate for browsing the web, for answering emails, for going on my AI apps like ChatGPT, etc. It's perfect for those kind of things. The screen can also feel cramped if you're doing larger work like long documents, spreadsheets, serious multitasking. Add a Pencil Pro in a good case and the price starts getting close to the larger iPad Air. But if, like me, you value that small size, that lightweight, then the iPad Air is not really a replacement. Who should buy one? Well, I'd say choose the Mini if you want an iPad for reading, travel, notes, navigation, media, and casual games or smart home control. Portability matters more than maximum screen area to you, then the iPad is going to be it. Otherwise, choose an iPad Air or Pro instead if you need a keyboard-first machine. Lots of split screen work, a larger canvas, or the better display. That's why I use the iPad Pro for my work, because that's what I need for my work. The right iPad is the one you will genuinely use, and for many people, that's going to be this Mini. For others, its size will be too limiting. They want something larger. Personally, I love this compact size, and it's, as I said, what I often reach for. Should you buy it now or should you wait? Well, this is the difficult bit. There are rumours, as I've said, of a future iPad mini with an OLED display, and that would be a meaningful upgrade. But Apple has not announced anything, and rumours are not a promise. So if you need an iPad now and you need a small one, then the iPad mini might be a very good choice. Also, the iPad OLED one is likely to be more expensive, so this is going to be a better value. If you desperately need an OLED screen, then wait. You'll probably get that OLED screen, maybe a smoother display. I don't think there'll be much in the way of a redesign if there's anything. The rumours are that they're going to perhaps reduce the bezel sizes a little bit so that you get slightly bigger screen within the same form factor, the same compact size. But having said that, I like the bezels on this because it means you can hold it one-handed without touching the screen, and that makes it very usable from my point of view. It's a brilliant portable companion. The iPad mini A17 Pro remains a wonderfully distinctive product. Nothing else in Apple's range combines this level of power with this size and weight. Its weaknesses are real: a 60Hz display, no dedicated keyboard case, portrait camera placement, and a price that rises quickly with accessories. So the portrait camera, just mentioned it. It's located here on the right, on the top, if you've got it narrow. So if you're in portrait mode, maybe doing a FaceTime, the camera's off to the side, which can be not so good. And I know they've corrected that in later iPad models. Yeah. But if you want a small, powerful, premium tablet that goes everywhere, it's not the best iPad for every job. It may be the most lovable iPad for the right person. Bottom line, if you want a small, very functional iPad that's easy to hold, easy to use one-handed, doesn't cost the earth, then the iPad mini might be just the right choice for you.